Good morning, Bande Matram. Welcome all of you. The topic we are going to discuss right now is on all obstacles, difficulties are in ourselves. All obstacles, difficulties, darkness, and ignorance in ourselves. You don't have to go in quest of the origin of all these things like obstacle, difficulties, darkness, and ignorance outside. All these are ones in ourselves. That's what you must remember. Like that Kasturi deer, that fragrance is coming from its navel lotus, from its navel position, but it is not aware of that position, but can feel the fragrance. The scent is there, fragrance is there, and it is made in questing the source, moving throughout here and there, but unable to detect, and finally it dies. It is not the matter of near future, today or tomorrow or yesterday. It has been happening from the time immemorial, but there is no solution. It keeps coming, and this deer is not finding the problem, the solution. I don't know if somebody of us, knowingly or unknowingly, has advised or detected the fault lies here, because this fragrance is within you, and wrongly you may keep moving here and there to find the source, but not able to find this. That is the problem with you. Like this, all these things, obstacles, difficulties, darkness, and ignorance, all are in us. That's what you must know. I'll try to quote it again. The exact wordings I want to quote it. It is in oneself that there are all the obstacles. Number one, all the obstacles, it is in oneself. Second, it is in oneself all the difficulties. Third, it is in oneself that all the darkness and ignorance. In oneself, you don't have to hurry for the query in here and there. It is there within you. The one thing important is to know and obey. Everything to know and obey thy law with love and joy. You must know and obey the law, the divine law, with love and joy. That's what you have to know. Always we are coming with problems, but here it is time to come for solutions. Mother wants your soul should come above, come to atop with problems. It will pour down so that mother will fill with all this solution, pour the solution like anything. But the problem lies there itself. You can remember, problem lies there itself. Obstacles, difficulties, darkness, and ignorance. It is there within us. It is within us that we don't know. Even if we are knowing, we don't want to know the source of all and how to eradicate it. That is the problem with us. And this mother's advice is that it is the one thing is important to know and obey thy will with love and joy. With love and joy, obey thy will, because it is in there. Ignorance, what is ignorance? There is no knowledge. What is the darkness? Because absence of light, presence of light does not create the darkness. It is by the incapacity of our senses. Our senses by their incapacity has created darkness. We are living in the surface, periphery, not able to detect the source really. That is the problem with us. And the incapacity of our senses has created a darkness. That is the major problem with us. Same thing, we will go for a little bit on all these three. 4. Obstacles, difficulties, darkness and ignorance. What really they are. So many things are there. At least this is the time to go little bit deep into these things what are there. So first, the thing we are going to analyze, that is obstacles. Life is full of, there is hurdles are there, and the hurdles should be there. Without hurdles, there is no true progress can be achieved. You will be going to school, reading your lessons and coming to your home, but you are not prepared to appear the exam. You know, one exam has to come, and you have to appear the exam. You have to pass it. Then next class you have to go. Even semesters also, you are trimester or quarterly your exams are you also facing. First quarter is gone, then you are showing a second quarter, and finally you can find when all the exams are over, the final exam you have to go give. Now itself at present, everywhere you see, there will be people will be readying themselves for this exam, you know. So these lives, their hurdles should come, but these hurdles should not be converted to obstacles. Obstacles, you know, it will permanently stop your progress. That is the halakuna. Here in the course, obstacles have to be looked at something wrong in the machinery of the human nature. You should not blame on others. Something to be seen, looked at something wrong in the machinery of the human nature, which has to be changed. Machinery of the human nature which has to be changed. They should not be regarded as sins or wrongdoings. Simply we push to a corner to somebody for your, sins or wrongdoings, wrong works. You are suffering. Not like this. Some mechanical defects are there. For that actually you keep suffering. And again, even the worst obstacles in the end disappear before a will that never falters. Before the will that never falters, if that will is there, unfaltering will, unfaltering strength, if that is there, the worst obstacles at the end will disappear. Initially, they seem to win. They seem to root from all sides. You will be astonishing what is going on. But one thing you must know, the worst obstacle in the end disappear before a will that never falters. And next, Sri Aurobindo goes, that is a very interesting message from the Master. The God is there not only in the still small voice. What is, you go, try to listen some voice that is unheard voice. God is there not only in the still small voice, but in the fire and in the whirlwind. That up to you have to face. You are not going to face the fire, nor you are ready for this whirlwind. But you are interested in facing the small voice. Something will come, it will whisper in my ear. I want to go by these matterings. These are not the things. You have to go. You have to face the fire and whirlwind, because there is God is also there. You go. You have to become adventurous. That is what is seen. And the second, we are going for the difficulties, you know. Your difficulties. That is it also, that message you have seen. Difficulties is one thing. What is that difficulties really we find? Where is the difficulties there? Sometimes we find difficulty, we break down, we find very difficult to cross over. And sometimes people blame that you have incompetence, no competence. For that actually you could not be able to surpass the difficulty. But Sri Aurobindo is very clear, very much suggestive, helpful. See, in the course, difficulty is no proof of incompetence. Difficulties are there. It does not prove that you are incompetent. Question is hard. Somebody has put the question, he is not aware of this your state syllabus. The question is put, he has put the question considering the universal syllabus, what is throughout India, or in the university where he was teaching, or the counselor or mentor. They seeing that he has put the question. But it is same way. You are reading some part and they are reading some another part. And universalized, the question is universalized. You can say that I can't solve means I am incompetent. No, it may not be there. No proof. Difficulty is no proof of incompetence. Difficulty is not a reason why things should not be done. Okay, something is there I could not be able to handle right now. Or maybe within my personal attempt it was not solved. But it can be solved. Suppose it needs, two horsepower of energy, force. But right now we have one, and we lack with another, only one. So what we have to do? We have to go and arrange something else, so that once we cross this 2 HP energy force, naturally we will surmount the difficulties. Difficulty is not reason why things should not be done. If it is not done within my capacity, then I have to take help of something else, somebody other. That is what the reason. The greatest force is born out of the greatest difficulty. You have to meet the God which is on the top. You are going, but actually on the passage there is a big stone is there. You keep moving, but it is not actually, you can't be able to shake it even. So how shall you be able to totally clear it up? One thing, one day will come, you will think of something else. But you are pushing it, maybe for 1 month or 2 months, not able to find the required result. But at least you see to your muscles, it is gaining strength. It is gaining strength. Your confidence level is rising. Your confidence level is rising day after day. Your determination is you are getting more determined that I must do it. Anyhow, you are thinking of something else. May not be it is within your capacity, but definitely you think of doing something that will surpass all these difficulties. No difficulty can be presented to human mind, which is human mind, if you will, cannot solve. You are not trying. Simply you saw the question, no, it can't be done, because you have not at all solved the problem in the initial time. But as per your capacity, or your nearing capacity, here and there, positive or negative, left or right, something is there you can solve, because no problem can be presented to you, no difficulty will be presented to you, who is the human mind can't solve. If he wills, if you have willingness, then definitely it will solve the problem. One has to be more persistent than difficulty. Difficulty is rigid, and you have to become more rigid, then difficulty will give you away. One has to become more persistent than difficulty. There is no other way. It is rigid, it is persistent. And if you are something more rigid, then there will be a big struggle, and finally it will fail that why unnecessary I will waste my time, because I can't surpass, I can't stay on, I have to go. So it will find something else. And if you give away to this difficulty, naturally it will be your charge. You will go and inquire where difficult, where another passage is there, I can hide. So you have to be more obstinate. You should not run away. You have to be more persistent than difficulty. Be faithful and you will conquer. That is the way. Be faithful and you will conquer. And the latter part will see ignorance. Ignorance, that is also in there, in between us. It is inside us. You need not be worried about where really it is the source. The ignorance has to be extinguished. It has no place. Extinguished, in order that the truth may manifest. Unless otherwise this ignorance is extinguished, the truest truth can never manifest. So you have to extinguish the ignorance. Then in yoga, as in life, ignorance not accepted by nature as a justifying cause. Don't justify, give the concrete reason. Try to be straightforward, be rigid. You have to be confident. It is not the justifying excuse. And finally, no other course, sure in the course rather. Ignorance transmuted becomes light. Ignorance transmuted becomes light that lives beyond wisdom and knowledge. You have to overcome. And for that, actually, two things you must now have. You must have love, and you must have joy to know and obey the higher law. Thank you.